Hi, I'm Chuck Fishbein, and welcome to Shoot Like a Pro. Whether you're shooting a music video, corporate event, live performance, or a wedding, using more than one camera will no doubt increase the production value of your final product. On many projects, using one camera might be sufficient to cover the action, but as soon as you add a second camera, your final product becomes much more interesting to watch. Using multiple cameras, or multicam for short, does not necessarily require sophisticated gear. In fact, it can usually be done with almost any assortment of cameras, as long as they meet the needs of your production. Let's get right into it. When planning a multicam shoot, the first things to consider are the cameras available, the composition, the communications, and the camera connection. Cameras refers to any camera you can get your hands on. When we do multicam shoots, our principal cameras are often the F3, EX3s, or FS700s mounted on tripods, but other cameras will work fine. I like to use two or more of the same model for my primary cameras, mainly because I know that I'll have an easier time matching their look in post. But almost any camera can be used to add an additional angle or effect shot to your finished video. Smaller cameras, such as the NX70 or NX30, have excellent stabilization systems, making them great for handheld or floater shots. Having a small footprint comes in handy when moving around in a tiny club or an active crowd. Small cameras also work well covering remote angles. When possible, I'll mount two or more unmanned cameras on stage or in a recording booth to get angles not possible during the performance. Often a drummer is hidden behind a mountain of cymbals, or a speaker is intimidated by a videographer hovering nearby. In these situations, a small, isolated camera is the perfect remedy to capture their performance. Just make sure that the camera you're using has media with sufficient recording capacity, a long-life battery, or an AC connection, since you may not be able to make any camera changes during the performance. Both S/S cards and the smaller SD cards are available in capacities up to 64 gigabytes. Composition covers the most basic need, getting full access to your subject. Now I know this sounds rather basic, but I've been in too many situations where I thought I had a clear shot of my talent on stage, and then, at the last minute, something changes. So a little forethought and preparation will save you a whole lot of headaches at showtime. Getting a clear shot isn't my only concern. I also want to get great looking footage. Having two shooters with similar angles will be a bore to watch, so I need to think of how I want my final edit to look long before the cameras begin to roll. If you're only using two cameras, the most basic setup is to use one camera as a wide shot and the second camera for close-ups. If both shooters are going for the big close-up, there's bound to be a few moments that neither camera will be in the right place at the right time. Having a safe, wide shot to come back to allows the second shooter time to find a new angle, compose, and focus their shot. Even if I'm using 7 or 8 cameras, I will still designate one camera as the wide shot, just in case something was missed by all of the other cameras, like a sax solo that no one was prepared for. The wide shot is insurance, and it will cover you until your other cameras are repositioned.